Hello. What's going on, internet? Something weird on my screen. How are you? I'm not good. I think I've got strep throat, if I'm being honest. Feeling pretty terrible. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, give or take. Drinking bottled Evian. That's not true. It was bottled Evian, and then I refilled it with studio tap water. Well, yeah, what's new with you guys? I'm good. Life is okay, except for this. Well, I mean, the sickness. I'm pretty sure strep throat. I feel terrible. Just terrible. But this, right, you see that little spinning wheel action? That is, my computer telling me that it hates me, and that it does not want to load my session, which is awesome, because it's not at all like I have things to do. But beyond that, life is good. Lots of exciting things in the world, lots of exciting things in music. One, Together hit 2 million streams on Spotify, so yay! On September 25th on Ultra Records, a tune called Alive, featuring the vocals of my good friend Christian Carlucci. So that's Tom Swoon, LAQ, Sonny Noto, Noto. It's Sonny Noto. I'm an asshole. Those three guys produced a fantastic track, and we did a little top line over it. Yeah, so really looking forward to that coming out. Tiesto was so gracious to premiere it, so that was very nice of him. Mostly just working. Lots of stuff sort of kicking around. We're getting to that time of year. The summer is a weird thing for music relative to a lot of other... I guess it's similar in a lot of industries, but it's sort of counterintuitive to what you grow up with as a kid, which is, September is sort of beginning. It's sort of like the start of your year end of productivity and of that kind of thing. In music especially, really you start to it's this weird thing where you start your year kind of like, January is a bit of a wash because a lot of people are on vacation. So it's kind of like February to April, May. And then when you get into June, then it's like festival season. So then it's like all the artists you want to write with or whatever. Even, myself, it's you're doing performances and you're traveling, and that's like all big parts of sort of the summer. So there's not a lot of productivity in terms of songwriting and in terms of sort of closing things up and getting things wrapped and that kind of thing. And I'm going to stand. Don't know why I need to tell you that, but it's happening. It's the case that then by the time you kind of get to like August, September, now people are starting to look at things for next year. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Is like we're starting to look at, okay, like how do we want to light up the start of next year and that kind of thing. It's just kind of funny because it sort of means like you really only get like 5 months out of the year that are like truly productive. What I do in these couple of months is probably going to be executed in this year, be released. And all of that is sometimes trifling, but awfully interesting in general. Working on a bunch of stuff right now that I can't talk about, which is not fair. But I can't talk about any of this till it comes out because a lot of stuff doesn't come out. 90% of all of the things you ever do are never going to see the light of day. And that's a travesty, but it's also a truth. There's a lot of stuff, especially in the infancy of your career and as you're sort of starting to get things done, are not going to translate. And it doesn't mean that they're bad. They could be very good ideas. They could be the best ideas. But there's a lot of social dynamics that exist and a lot of agreements, and there are a lot of obstacles and things that are going to stop music from getting places. So it's one of those things where strike that understanding with yourself that you're probably going to write a bunch of stuff that is not going to get used. It's going to sit on a shelf, and hopefully, if you're lucky, you'll get to recycle some of it later, which I have been. Every now and then I get something sent to me, and something I wrote a year and a half ago or 3 years ago or whatever fits the bill perfectly. And there's great examples of that in songwriting all the time, like that new Cheerleader tune. One of the best ones I ever heard was Rihanna's Umbrella. They wrote it like 4 years before it actually came out, and that was a massive hit, right? So I guess my advice being, don't give up. Songwriting and music in general, in my opinion, I've always had one rule with it, and that it's a war of attrition. And what I mean by that is, if you don't give up, if you persistently push forward and try to advance your craft and get better and do all these types of things, you're so much more likely to succeed, because many of the people that you work with, or many of the people that you're competing with really, are going to give up. And for a lot of good reasons, and for a lot of bad reasons. But most people will give up, or will relegate their time to something else, or will move on to a different industry, or even a different segment of that industry, or whatever. And sometimes to their benefit, and sometimes to their deficit. If you're sort of committed to what you want to do, then stick to those guns. Stick to your writing, and just work on getting better, and work on developing the ideas that you want to be developing. Whatever that looks like, I don't know. So, yeah. Motivational Dave! Exciting! Maybe you've seen on Instagram, I got engaged. Oh, that happened in, like, July? Yeah, it was 1st of July. So we did, like, engagement photo things, and those got posted. So, you know, that's good times. Life continues on. Work continues on. Music continues on. If, of course, you know, Pro Tools ever decides to let me finish my session, which I don't think it's going to. So on that note, I'm going to reset that, and hopefully it starts working. If there's producers watching this, and I don't know if you are, I get various different types of distribution, but if you're watching this, like, send me some stuff. Drop some links in the comments below. We'll do that. And, yeah, whether it's on Facebook or wherever. And hopefully we can get some people talking, listening. Interesting stuff. Cool. I will probably actually have a terrible night, because I feel like I'm going to die. And this really, I don't think is going to work. But you have a fantastic evening. And I will talk to you later.